welcome. It's really great to have you.
Thank
So
you.
tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay, my name is Claudette D'Souza. I have a program called Eating Mindfully.
Mm-hmm.
It's a program on how to eat healthy, more biblical food than just the processed food. And
Mm,
I came in this awakening about 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Wow.
I just realized that what I was eating was not right. I was all of a sudden putting on weight. And I mean, it all started where I started working. It was more like a family. It's a school. I teach in a school.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was bringing big stuff and giving you
Uh,
treats. And you
your
did not
coworkers.
realize, co-workers, it was more like a family.
Right.
They would bring in cupcakes and muffins, and everyone
Oh,
was
that's
snacking.
lovely.
It was like a family. But little did I realize that it was packing on me, and all
Of
of a
course.
sudden, I got an upper belly, which I never had before.
Oh,
And so that kind of shocked me and gave me a awakening. And I
yes.
thought, oh my gosh, I need to do something.
Yes, yes, yes.
So then we went and bought a treadmill. I was running on that treadmill for like 20 minutes, half an hour, nothing,
Wow.
nothing. Came across a book, this guy called Jorge Cruz.
Jorge Cruz. Okay.
And I just took that book and I sat and I was looking and I thought, okay, this is probably going to work for me. He
Wow.
said you can eat 15 grams of sugar a day.
Okay.
That is only natural sugar. If you eat real sugar, then you can eat anything else.
Okay.
That was done. So I actually took that, went to the library, got a book, and started looking at it and started following him. And in like 6 months,
Wow.
my weight was 141 pounds. I became 111 pounds.
Wow.
And I remember a
So
lady.
30 pounds. Okay.
So anyway, I went to work. I used to carry that book even to work. And there was one of my colleagues, she looked at it and said, oh, do you think that's going to work? I said, I don't know. I'm trying. But in a month, or month and a half, and she looked at me and said, oh, it's working. You look slim. And I thought that was quick.
Yes,
Like the
yes.
first week, I lost 10 pounds
Wow.
because our body has a lot of water in it,
Yes,
right?
yes,
There's a
yes.
lot of body content that goes quicker. And then it was slower. But in a matter of 6 months, and in 9 months, I was so slim that people were so kind of surprised.
Right.
It had overall, I had a very chubby face. It became very slim. I lost weight from my arms, which I didn't want to lose
Right.
because all my fingers were loose.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it can't tell you
You
where to
you
lose
can't
from,
tell the
right? You
body.
can't decide where to go. So anyway, it was all for the best.
Wow.
Everybody appreciated. Yeah. And
That's incredible.
that's where it began. Then I came upon a thing also, uh, eating biblical food. Like I
Mm,
started telling myself, what were they eating during Jesus' time?
interesting.
Would they eat all the donuts and stuff? No,
I
there wasn't anything like that.
mean, they had a lot of bread.
They had bread, but their bread was very healthy. Don't forget,
Okay.
it was not processed flour.
Right.
There was nothing put in it. It was very natural,
Mm,
and they people went on bread diet,
hmm
and they lost weight. But our bread is no good anymore. It's the flour is not. It's not good flour.
Really processed. So if I understand correctly, essentially, your main pillars were not eating too much sugar, so having a minimal amount of sugar every day and getting your sugar from natural sources as opposed to processed sugar,
Yes,
refined
yes,
sugar.
yes.
And the second piece was just thinking about how they ate back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like back in the biblical
Yeah,
days or back in,
yeah, yeah.
like not in
More
not
natural
in the
food,
modern times,
and
like
the
back when,
sugar was dates and
right,
fig.
natural sugars and things
Yeah,
like that.
and honey,
Okay.
which is very
What about maple syrup? Does that count too?
so you can have maple syrup,
Okay.
the pure one,
Pure
not the
maple syrup.
store bought.
Right, not the
Now,
store bought,
the
not the
one
fake
you
one.
get from your local, this it's
Yes, you
pure.
know it's pure,
And then
right?
you're
Because it's
also
coming from
not
a
eating
tree.
a lot of it, right? If you
Right,
make, I make healthy pancakes. I
right.
don't make
And you
from
put
other
a
flour.
little bit.
My flour is oat flour, not even oat flour regularly. It's more almond flour
Yes.
and flaxseed flour.
Right,
I
right.
just combine the two and egg, and that's perfect pancake for me. And then I put very little syrup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about how you made the transition. So it sounds like you have a personal experience. And I know often the greatest solutions in life come from our personal experiences,
Mm-hmm.
right? We want to solve a problem for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when we see that it's working, we want to solve a problem for other people.
Other people, yeah.
So can you explain how you made the switch between, like, how long ago was this journey that you described of your own personal health journey? And when did you make the switch between I'm doing this for myself versus I want to help others with this?
Like I said, it was about 12 years, 11, 12
12
years
years ago?
ago.
Okay.
I also forgot to tell you, because of my overweight and I'm not very tall person, I started getting feet problems. I had
Mm,
fasciitis.
okay.
I went for treatment and I did a whole lot of things and I had inserts, orthotics, and it wasn't after the shock therapy it helped me,
hmm
but after losing weight, I actually became
Right.
healthy.
Right.
So that motivated me. Also, losing 10 pounds in a week, I was very motivated. I didn't want to eat any of that thing because I was feeling good myself. I was
Hmm.
feeling healthy.
Yes.
And I motivated the people around me.
Okay.
So a lot of people actually started asking me what you're doing, and they kind of took my advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a natural shift. Like people saw the changes in you
Yes.
and they started asking questions
Hmm.
and then you started helping them.
Helping them because
Right.
yes, what did you do?
Okay.
Like, and mine is not like a diet, right? Because I can eat anything.
You can eat anything. It means you can eat cake, you can eat pizza, you can eat whatever. But it's what ingredients is going
Exactly.
into that anything.
I have also developed my own weekly recipes, what we eat.
Okay.
And if we feel like eating cake, I make a cake that's with almond flour.
What about people who eat out? Like, how is that possible? Is it
You can
possible to
still eat out,
Okay.
but you have to choose what you're eating. Better option to choose if you want a potato would be baked potato with sour cream.
Okay. Okay. So basically, salmon that's like
Salmon that is
baked
broiled or
or
grilled
broiled or grilled. Grilled salmon is
with
great.
side vegetables.
Side vegetables.
Avoid the rice.
Baked potatoes.
Yes.
Like things like that.
And coleslaw and also the
Coleslaw.
vegetables. You know, they
What about
grill
the
vegetables.
dressing? They put, sometimes they put a lot of dressing in the salads and the coleslaw.
Why? I asked them not to give me dressing.
Okay.
Or they can give it to you.
On
If
the
you
side.
want, you will take very little, right?
Yes, yes,
Just
yes.
a drizzle. You could ask them for a little vinegar.
Yes, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of oil,
a little bit of olive oil, and they
Okay.
give it to you.
So you can still eat out
You can still eat out.
while eating mindfully.
Yes, and
can
then you
eat-
got to also plan the portion, right? You
Yes.
don't overeat.
Of course. Okay. So no overeating, but you can still eat out.
You
You can
can.
eat whatever you want,
Yes.
but just make sure the right ingredients are inside. And then you said proteins are huge.
Proteins
so tell
are
me more about
huge.
that.
Protein should be your main food. Like
Okay.
eggs.
Yeah.
That's my staple food now.
Right.
Eggs, I eat
Eat a lot of eggs.
afternoon, night, eggs. Eggs disappear in my home. I make various dishes with
Have you thought about getting chickens?
I would love to if they allowed
And
me.
they could lay you eggs all the time?
Then chicken is a very good thing to eat.
Okay. Yes.
Fish.
Fish.
So I buy a whole lot of tuna or
Mhm.
sardines. Sardines are so healthy for you.
Really?
Sardine
Okay.
is
Even if it's
full
in a
of
can?
proteins. Very safe.
Okay.
Very safe.
So it sounds like mindful eating is very different from dieting and
Yes.
all these like restrictive diets. Can
Yes.
you like, if you were to list the specific differences, how would you define the differences?
There are people who diet and they cut off everything.
Yes, exactly.
Right? And then
you can't eat this. You
and
can't eat
then
that.
a weekend they say is a cheat.
Okay. True.
I don't agree with the cheat part of it. I mean,
Okay.
why do you even need to cheat? I don't need to cheat because I'm very happy with what I eat.
Right. So
Because
if
when
you
you
need a
call-
cheat day, then it means you're not happy with what you're eating.
No, so
Okay,
now
got
you're
it.
going to overeat and then you can gain that weight very quickly,
Mhm.
actually, even with one day.
Okay.
And in my diet, you can even have a little bit of red wine.
Wine is not a problem.
Wine is not a
apparently.
problem.
Yes.
You are actually allowed a small glass of wine every day.
Okay. Every day.
Yeah.
Wow.
As long as you eat more of
Right.
proteins and fiber, the
Amount.
proper content, right?
Yes.
Because everything we eat actually turns into carbs.
Right.
But they're good carbs, like broccoli, perfect to eat.
Mm-hmm.
All the vegetables, right? But things like potato, you have to be careful because
Mhm.
it's full of starch.
Mhm.
Cauliflower is really good. If you want to cut down on rice, eat cauliflower rice.
Mm-hmm.
Now that can be made like a fried rice. Your mind is what you think, right?
Yes.
It's everything is a mindset.
Mm.
You can trick your mind and tell yourself, this is rice what I'm eating.
Mm-hmm. And your mind will be
And
like,
mind
great.
really works because you tell your mind, oh, I want to enjoy this fried rice now. And the mind doesn't know better. So
Okay. So if I understand correctly, dieting is about restrictions.
restrictions.
Mindful eating is about setting your mind on things that are healthier and better for your body
Exactly.
and actively choosing to enjoy those things
Exactly.
by making it fun,
Yeah.
like adding
Yeah.
onions, adding
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and then eating it and enjoying it. And if you have to lie to yourself a little bit and say, this is rice,
This is rice.
then go for it. So now I want you to talk a little bit about laughter yoga because I know that apart from the mindful eating, you're also really big on laughter yoga. So tell me about how those go together.
There's a proverb saying that laughter is the best medicine.
Okay.
And I believe in it because I smile and laugh all the time. People ask me, how can you do it? And I tell them it's free.
It's free.
It's free. You don't pay for it. God given.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because my principal at work once said to me, wow, you always smile first thing in the morning. It's nice to see you smiling. I said, it's free, God given.
Yes.
She said, that's a perfect answer.
Okay, there you go. I actually really like that. It's free.
Yeah.
And it's medicine. It's free medicine.
It's free medicine.
So if I'm someone who wants to laugh more in my day, because some people think, I don't know, like you laugh a lot, that's great for you, but like I don't, there's nothing funny. Like I don't have anything to laugh
you
about.
really don't need to have anything funny. Just
Okay.
give one laugh, the next person looking at you will laugh,
Okay.
and then it continues.
So
There's
it's
a laughing
community.
club.
It's a
I
community.
actually want to start a laughing club.
Okay.
It's called it's like a laughter yoga. Like someone and everybody starts laughing, and then nobody knows why they start laughing, and so it goes on.
All of these things sound amazing. If somebody wanted to learn more about some of these recipes, where can they contact you?
Have a website made. and I could always forward it to them. I can also help them with the recipes on a monthly. This kind of I have a program.
Yeah, you do meal planning and
Yes,
all of
meal
that stuff.
planning,
Okay,
and
you help
yeah,
with recipes. So there are
and
many ways you
many
support
ways of
people.
yes, and then I can show them how to make protein balls, different types of breakfast.
Hmm.
Uh,
And I can vouch for a lot of this stuff. So fun fact, she is also my mother-in-law. Not just a fellow health and wellness entrepreneur, but also my mother-in-law. So I have tried majority of the recipes. I may not know what's inside, but I know that they taste good. That
and
much
you
I
know
know.
they're healthy, right?
I know
Because
they're
I won't
healthy.
put anything out of the way.
Exactly. I know they're healthy. I know they're
You can
yummy.
trust that.
I can trust that. And actually, you'll be proud of me. There's a recipe I've been making recently. It's like a little cake, like a banana cake. So it's banana, egg, a little bit of vanilla extract, and a little bit of almond flour. And it's like a mug cake that you make in the microwave, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes like a bit of like a bread pudding kind of
No, I made
consistency,
that before.
and it's just
It's perfect.
incredible.
Even like a mug cake for evening tea, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
If you want to make a
Yeah.
brown cake, like a chocolate cake, you
Mm-hmm.
put a little bit of the cocoa,
Cocoa
and
inside.
it comes like this. I make usually
I
vanilla. I
think
like vanilla.
I'm gonna try the cocoa version next. So what would you say to somebody who is like, hey, everything sounds great, but I don't know if I see myself, eating mindfully or eating healthy, or it just feels like too much work, or it feels like, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just feels like it's not achievable for them right now. What advice can you give
My
them?
advice is do not decide first only that you can't. You
Mm.
got to give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always say it's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
If you say you can do it, your mind will take it and it works. Because even the world was created by word.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever word comes from our mouth, that's the destiny you decide.
Okay.
Because you got to try and you can see results in a week that motivates you. But I can say from experience that I've gone through this and I have helped various people.
Yes.
They have lost weight, so there's
Yes.
a lot of proof.
Yes.
I have people I work with who I helped, and it works.
It works.
And
Yeah.
once
If
you
it
get
works for
used to that,
others,
yeah,
it
and
can work
once
for
you
you.
get used to that, because I had tried various things and that wasn't working. I
Mm-hmm.
had worked out, I had gone for exercising, everything. I was walking so much. No, I find that both have a balance, right?
Yes.
It goes simultaneously.
Yeah.
You exercise and you don't change your food habits, it's not going to help.
No.
People go to the gym and they don't change what they're eating, not going to help.
Right.
Another thing I got rid of was bread,
Right.
white bread.
Yeah.
Moment I got rid of that,
Yes.
because that was something I was eating every morning for
Wow.
breakfast.
Okay.
Cutting that off and eating only eggs, complete change.
Wow.
Even your mood changes. Your health is
Mm-hmm.
so much better. You don't
Absolutely.
have health issues. And drink a lot of water. If you don't like water, lemon, little bit of lemon in it.
Yes.
I love water, but there are people who don't.
Right.
I
So
say
adding a
squeeze a
little bit of
little
lemon.
lemon.
I'm definitely one of those who likes flavor in my water. Yeah, I have a little bit of lemon, or
Yes,
sometimes I'll have a
people
tea
who
or a
don't
fruit.
like plain water,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just lemon and just a pinch of pink salt
Mm-hmm.
makes it very tasty.
Okay.
But water is very important. I try to drink 8 glasses a day,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps you. Your feet won't have any more problems.
Right.
And I think it's a mindset. Whoever works with me, I work with them. I
Mm-hmm.
support them. This
You
is
help them with their mindset
yes,
because
and
it's all about mindful eating. Yeah.
and because whatever you tell your mind,
Yes.
that's what exactly happens. People
Right.
who are negative will always be negative,
Mm-hmm.
but they have to just say, what does the mind know? Mind doesn't know anything, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the world was created by word.
Yes.
The word is very powerful.
Yes.
So if you keep telling yourself, oh, this is going to work,
Yes.
the mind has already taken it.
Okay.
It works.
Okay. I love that. I love that. So basically, tell yourself you can do it. Don't tell yourself you can't do it.
Positivity is
Tell
very
yourself
important.
you will get there.
Yes.
Even though you may have a journey to go, tell yourself you
So
will.
everybody's body is different.
Yes.
Everybody takes time, but if you put yourself and say, I'm going to do this and this is going to work,
Yes.
the mind has already agreed with it.
Yes. So we do have a program coming up where it's an intergenerational wellness program, right? Where we pair people up. We encourage them to go in pairs, and people can pair up with a spouse or a friend, but we encourage them to go for intergenerational pairs. So someone of a different generation
That will
from
be a
you.
better thing, yeah.
Yeah, just to add a little bit of variety. And so that is to really motivate people to move. But it sounds like what you're saying about mindful eating, perhaps if people keep each other accountable in pairs, it can also be helpful with that.
When you're doing it with somebody, then they have support, right?
Yes.
And then you kind of talk to them about it and how
Yes.
did it go today?
Yes.
Sharing ideas of what you ate. It's
Mhm.
so important. I
That's
think so.
incredible. So
Yeah.
you do that obviously as a coach. So they have support in you,
Mm-hmm.
but having that peer-to-peer support can also be helpful
Yes.
to motivate each
Yes.
other and all of
Two
that.
people doing together is very important because it motivates you full.
Well, this was absolutely incredible. There's one thing before we end today. What is one thing you feel somebody sitting at home just needs to hear today?
To want to be healthy and take their life seriously because you can feel like you can feel so motivated to do things. And I would say trust in God, have faith, and go with it.
Have faith. So if you
Faith.
don't have faith in yourself, have faith in God.
Exactly.
And
He
then
he will give you the faith.
and He will give you
He
faith
will lead you to the faith.
so that you can then have that motivation to make the
And
right
he will
steps.
give you the grace
The
to
grace.
do it.
Yes. Like you said, your journey started 12 years ago, which means it's not too late. So for those who
For
might be
anyone,
maybe
it's not too
in their
late.
40s, in their
Yes,
50s,
I wasn't even
whatever.
very young when I started.
Right.
But I decided before I turned 50, I got to do something.
Yes.
And I did it.
Yes. And now you're reaping the benefits.
Yes. I'm so healthy and I feel so good. And it makes me happy when people can believe my age. I say, it's the Lord.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's God. I always offer it to Him.
Yes, and you can feel good too. You can be youthful. Incredible. I love that. I love your youthful glow, your youthful energy. Thank you for sharing that with us today and sharing some of your
You
secrets.
are welcome.
Because we always want to age well, right?
Exactly.
So this was incredible. Thank you for your time, and thank you everyone for tuning in. See you tomorrow for another day of 21 days of self-care. Have a wonderful day and eat well today. Eat mindfully, right?
Amen.
Amen. Bye.